What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Wrestle House. I'm Ryan,
And I'm Logan.
and it has been a while since we have done an episode of Wrestle House. We could give you the shoot answer, we could give you the kayfabe answer, and it's your lucky day. We're giving you both. Uh, you know, it's, I mean, it's just been tough, matching up schedules, all that jazz, whatever. But it's also like when Tony Khan or Triple H bring in a new guy. The new guy gets real over, does some cool stuff, and then, they kind of cool off of him. He's not in anything. And then they got to be reintroduced again after like 3 weeks of being off TV. That's kind of what we did, except we took like 3 months off.
We are the Outrunners.
We are the Outrunners. We are the Outrunners. Logan, what's the real answer for why we've been gone for so long?
I had to deal with college finals and then moving back home, getting a real person job. Um, that sucks. Hate it.
Human life.
Yeah,
Human life. But that's not what this
lame.
podcast's about. We're not a human life podcast. We're here to talk business, wrestling business.
Real business.
And a lot of stuff has happened in wrestling since we've last had an episode. So much stuff, in fact, that we're now at the halfway point of 2025. Can you believe that, Logan? Halfway through 2025 already.
Yeah. All the good stuff has already passed.
All the good stuff has already passed. Well, All In hasn't happened yet, dickhead.
True.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you dickhead.
I know, that was a bit aggressive.
So aggressive, my bad. But like, I think, yeah, no, I think it's crazy. Time flies when you have to do shit every day. You know that more than me. I feel like with the hectic schedule of like a college student, and then having to come home and like you have a lot more free time, and you can fill it with a job or you can fill it with doing nothing.
Yeah.
If you get a job, then you don't have free time, but your free time is spent doing nothing more often than not. It's a whole catch-22 situation.
I was off Monday and I slept for like 10 hours, like just a night of sleep. Woke up, watched TikToks in my bed for 2 hours, went to lunch, came back, and I slept another 3 hours. It was horrible.
Yeah, like I wish I could do something like that. Even on my weekends, I'm doing stuff.
I felt like our pal Dorian.
Oh my god! Shout out Dorian Eskridge, bro. We'll have to get him on the pod one day.
Real. I actually made him and Vi watch Worlds Collide with me.
Oh, fuck you! You waited to watch Mr. Iguana?
Yeah, dude, I made them watch the whole show, top to bottom.
Damn.
Because I was working the day that um it was happening. I actually had it on my phone at work, like watching whenever I wasn't doing orders. But then I came home, and since it was on YouTube, I just streamed it over Discord. It was a bop.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I'll be 100% honest with you. I've been so inconsistent with watching lately. That's why I've been lacking on like product for Nacho Wrestling. I just like haven't had free time. I have written the script for my next video essay. It's in the can. It's gotten some minor tweaks and adjustments the past couple of weeks. Just I'm really trying to make it a good one. But it's what if Cody Rhodes turned heel in AEW? Finally getting that one out there. Think that'll be fun.
Yeah, you got a vlog coming up too, right?
I got a vlog coming up. Yeah, I'm doing a vlog for AEW All In Texas, and that's
What is that?
That's in about a month. Little less than a month. A few days removed from a month at this rate. But yeah, we're excited. We're sitting in row 12, section B. So if you're there, I'll be facing the hard cam. So depending on the angle of the ring and the shot, like you could see my face from 12 rows back. Unless like some freakishly tall motherfucker is sitting in front of me.
Wait, those are like great seats actually for like for that kind of show.
Yeah, pretty good seats.
That's nice. They cost you what, $30?
Fuck you, no. You're such a dick. Look at you in your purple Macho Man shirt, bro. I bet
Dude,
you. Yo,
I
guess
just
who's
found this in
got.
my
Hold
closet.
on, hold on. Can we take a quick segue to talk about the fucking personal lives of wrestlers? This is my favorite. Beast Mortos is dating Mercedes
Dude,
Monet.
I saw that,
Beast
and I showed that to my
Mortos.
dad. He
Beast
thought I was ribbing
Mortos.
him.
Beast Mortos has fucking pull in the locker room now. Shout out to all my Beast Mortos stands. And then he'll also have lawyer pull. So like, hey AEW, I
True.
hear you're getting sued by a former employee for him being pushed without being told by Mox. I could defend you. Bro, he's getting that world title by the end of
He's
2026.
gonna be the new David
Mark,
Otunga.
fuck, what?
They're
What
gonna
is it?
they should put him in a suit.
All
The
right, all
lawyer
right, all right,
Mortos.
all right, all right, Vince. All right,
That
Vince.
should be his name.
All right,
They should
Vince.
rebrand him.
Okay, Vince. Ed Mortos, attorney at law.
They should. That'd be
Fuck,
great. Or
that's
have
terrible.
Mercedes join LFI.
That actually wouldn't be terrible. That would bring
It
some real
would.
legitimacy to. If you start seeing legitimacy for LFI, you know why. Didn't mean to stumble into a bar there, but that was
Heat.
heat. Yeah, for real. Um,
Yeah, they could use it too.
they could use it. With all
But that's
that,
not for today.
with all that gibber John out of the way, like I said, we're in the middle of 2025 at this point, and it's time to, sort of take a stop, a breathe. Let's look at this past 6 months and let's look at the best of 2025 so far. So, Logan, I believe you got the list in front of you. You got the list of awards that we're going to be going over today. So, kick us off with whatever you want to kick us off with.
Yeah, so we can start with male wrestler of the year,
Okay.
men's wrestler of the year. Do you just want me to list off all the names we got going?
Yeah, I mean, go in any
Okay.
order that's on there. You can read from straight from the list, or
Sure. So I mean, top of the list, Will Ospreay.
yeah.
Um, one hell of a year.
So far, I mean, so far, like
Yeah.
with all these awards, the connotation is so far. Like we have 6 more months left. Sure, like WrestleMania's out of the way, All In's about to be done in a month, but like we still have SummerSlam. We still have um. What else AEW got rocking
Survivor
this?
Series
Survivor
for
Series, Wrestle Dream is later this year as well, right? Or did they already do
maybe.
Wrestle Dream?
No, Wrestle Dream was in January.
Okay.
No, that was Wrestle Dynasty.
No, that was Dynasty.
Okay, they make this confusing.
Wrestle Dream is later this year. Wrestle Dream is later this year.
Full Gear, has that happened?
Yeah, I want to say Full Gear happened
Okay.
already. All Out has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Forbidden Door.
Oh, World's End. There we go.
World's End. Forbidden Door as well. Forbidden Door as well.
Okay.
Which is in London this year in the O2, so that should be good. That
Ooh.
should be good. Should be a good show.
Yeah.
So there's still a lot of shows left this year, so there's still a lot for other wrestlers to do. So if your favorite
Yep.
wrestler isn't on this list, don't fucking cry.
Mhm.
They could be on the
I
list
know.
at the end of the year.
I know. Chris Sabin is not on this list, unfortunately, or this particular list. So I'm upset, but it's okay.
Well, he's on 2 lists, so he can relish in that.
I know. But yeah, no, Will Ospreay. I think it takes something to be considered top wrestler of the year and not hold a world title.
Oh yeah,
You
for
know,
sure, for sure.
I think that just goes to show like the level of stuff that he's putting out this year.
Yeah,
And we haven't even hit Forbidden Door, where he'll probably do something really great.
yeah, especially in front of his hometown crowd. All right, who else is on that list besides the Billy Goat?
Um, should we go per brand maybe?
Yeah,
That way we
go.
can kind of compare.
Yeah, go ahead and knock out the rest of the AEW people on there, I guess.
Yeah. And so next up we got Swerve Strickland.
Swerve, yeah. Also hasn't been world champion in 2025. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Ooh, No, has there only been one world champion in 2025 for AEW?
Yeah, Mox.
Yeah, and he's not on this list. Man, that
Cause he
blows.
hasn't had good matches.
True. If he wants to show up. No, actually,
Yeah.
no. He's
He
been
no, we
wrestling, I
can't.
guess.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I was about to say we can't say
that's
that.
not that's unfair.
He's shown up.
Yeah,
It's just like he stinks sometimes.
yeah.
His matches aren't great anymore.
And then lastly for AEW, we have Hangman Page.
I mean,
Mhm.
sort of a late entry, I would say. His start to 2025 was a little slow. I think that was just because they were primarily planting seeds for what they're doing right now. But what he's been doing the past like month and a half, especially in the Owen, I think has really elevated him to earn a spot on the list at least. Maybe not win it, but that could change at the end of the year. So
Absolutely. And there's a name on here that I actually in 2024 I would have thought this guy would have blown up crazy in 25, but he's actually been doing, my opinion, really bad.
I know who
Um,
you're talking about.
do you?
Gabe Kidd.
No, I was gonna talk about MJF, about how he's
Oh,
not in consideration on this list, but like
oh, I thought you. I
you'd
thought,
you'd
yeah. Okay.
and you'd think with his signing, like he would be in this like type of category, but he's just been doing just, I don't know, AW booking for him.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't like what he's doing with Hurt Business, but I don't know. That's just me.
Ironically, yeah, I don't like it's Hurt Syndicate, by the way. Uh,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
uh, fucking, I love the Hurt Syndicate, but I'm not a fan of the MJF part of it. So it's almost like I'm inevitably waiting for the turn to happen. I'm
Yeah.
waiting for them to bring in the real fourth member, whether that's Cedric Alexander, whether that's a returning. Hopefully, it would be fucking awesome if it's like a returning Keith Lee. If his contract's even still like readily available with AEW, or if Tony has let it secretly expire and WWE just hasn't signed him back yet. Whatever, but like that'd be cool, you know. Uh,
Yeah.
because then you could eventually do the story of like a grasp for power of the Hurt Syndicate between Lee and Lashley. Um, but that's all hypothetical. Uh,
Yep.
but something like that, yeah. No, I think MJF, like same thing with sort of same thing with Hangman. Because I disagree in the sense that it's not great what he's doing with the Hurt Syndicate, but it's not fun. Like it's somewhat
Yeah.
enjoyable. Like it'll get a chuckle out of me when I see it.
I was chuckling at first, and now
Now you're over it.
yeah, I'm done really.
Yeah,
It's
they kind of blew through all of it pretty quickly. Like the
mhm,
whole like the whole like white guy encroaching on black culture thing. They kind of knocked it all out pretty fast. So it's really
yeah.
just a matter of time before they turn. I honestly see it happening at All In.
Mhm,
Save it for a big stage. Have the Hurt Syndicate have a big moment where they beat up the homegrown star of AEW. Be a big moment for Lashley and especially Shelton, who,
yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong, no, he's not from Texas, is he?
No, he's from South Carolina, I believe. That might be a some crazy ball knowledge, but let me
Is
check
that is
that.
that elite ball knowledge?
Uh, perchance. He is from. Oh, he's from. Yeah, he's from Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Okay,
Is where
elite
he's
ball.
he's originally
Nice,
from.
good job.
But he's built from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah, because he went to University of Minnesota with Brock. So
So I don't know how I knew that. That was kind of wild.
nice, good shout though. Good
hmm
shout. Um. All
But
right,
yeah,
yeah.
like you said, Gabe Kidd,
Gabe Kidd.
new
Yeah, I talked about Gabe Kidd.
IWGP Global Champion.
Yes, whatever that is.
It's like their Intercontinental belt, but I guess rebranded.
So they brought that back. Okay. Yeah, I put Gabe Kidd on the list primarily for a match that we're going to talk about later, but we can talk about it for like a brief second. But that Wrestle Dynasty match with
Hmm.
Kenny, it's
He actually
really
had a
it's really for
another 5-star match
recently
against.
or
No, it was back in February. His first match against Yota Tsuji for the Global Championship, where he lost.
okay.
That was like I think a 5.25.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think I was on the Internet Wrestling Database, the IWD, and I think I saw that one up there because like the best match of the year so far is, I mean, I don't know if it'll win our award, if it'll win the Wrestle House Best Match of the Year award so far, but it is technically Will Ospreay versus Hangman with 5.5 according to the Internet Wrestling Database.
Really?
I guess
From
they're
what?
rating. I think they're rating theirs specifically, like theirs, like that's their
Hmm.
rating of it. I don't think they're using Dave's star ratings
Yeah.
because Dave did give it a 5.5, right? He didn't give it 5 and 3.
Mm. All right. So, and the only other person we have from New Japan on this list is Hiroki Goto, and I added him
Yeah, this was your
last
ad.
minute.
Go ahead. Go ahead
Yeah,
and speak on
I just
him.
think he's had a very slept on year, and I feel like I don't know if it's just the fact that New Japan. I'm so out of focus. I don't know if that's just okay.
I think it's just
Um,
yeah.
sure. Um, I think I don't know if it's just that New Japan is falling off in the American audience eye, but he's had a very good year. Um, I believe he was the one that won the New Japan Cup. Um, and let me quick fact check that real quick. No, that was David Finlay. Never mind. That was a waste. But this is his um like first time winning the IWGP Championship in like forever. He
Yeah.
beat Zack Sabre Jr., who is on a very good run.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know. I feel like New Japan's in this weird transitional period, and like I feel like Goto has very much made it not seem that way,
Mhm.
just because of how he holds himself as a champion. And he's been having good matches against Zack Sabre Jr. and he just defended it recently against Shingo Takagi.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think he'll win Wrestler of the Year, but I think he definitely deserves to make the list.
Yeah. All right.
And
Yeah.
that's all we have for New Japan. Um, Before we hit the Fed, we can cover
The sole TNA
the
representative.
the fourth brand down from the Fed, TNA with Joe Hendry.
Sole representative of TNA. Soon to
I
be
believe.
NXT superstar officially, I believe.
Probably.
I mean, come on.
Um, he won the TNA belt, I believe, back in December, and he's held it up to I think it was May that he lost it to Trick Williams
That sounds
at the
right.
main event of a TNA of an NXT pay-per-view, not a TNA pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
this year he's been in the Rumble. He was at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
He's had an amazing year for someone who isn't contracted to a major promotion.
I
Like
mean,
he's not a part of like either of the big two.
yeah. No, yeah, I agree. I agree. Some people really shat on what he did at WrestleMania. But you have to look at what he did. Oh, excuse me. I'm drinking a monster during the middle of this. Kind of got some carbon dioxide or whatever built up in my fucking lungs. Carbonation. That's what I was trying to say.
No,
Built
I
up in
think
my
I
lungs.
think you're dying. I think if you had carbon dioxide in your lungs.
You right. But like, yeah, no, people shat on what he did at Mania, but like he was filling a spot for Kevin Owens, like super last minute.
Hmm.
Like, what else did they want?
Yeah,
Like, did they want him to go out? Like, he wasn't gonna go out there and have a competitive match. It was
yeah,
either gonna be a comedy spot fest or it was gonna be a short squash. And I think it was better to be a short squash because you don't want TNA to come off as a complete goof, like silly thing. You want them to come off as somewhat serious. So if he comes out does his regular entrance and the crowd is going crazy for him and he's holding up a title and he looks just as important as Randy Orton does when he holds up a world title, it makes them look somewhat serious.
Yeah.
So that people will watch TNA. So it was good for TNA in the long run, I think. So I think he's got a really great case to be on the list. You know, I don't fuck no, he's not winning. He's got a better chance than like maybe like one or two of the WWE guys, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, one guy. Who
Yeah.
I hope you segue to him next, because I want to shred. I want to fucking tear her to shreds. Go ahead, I'll let you do it.
4 words. Oh, no, fuck. 4 letters. 1 word. Yeet.
You fucking
That's my guy right there.
just like him and his
4
promos.
words.
Just like
Yeet.
him and his promos, you fucked it up. Oh my god, dude.
Damn it, reroll it. Cut that out. Cut that.
I'm leaving that shit in. Holy shit, that was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just lost the belt.
Jey Uso just lost the belt about a couple days ago about 2 weeks ago at this point.
Little over a week ago.
Yeah. No, I mean it's about 10 days at this point. It's closer to 2 weeks at this point. But yeah, he lost it back to Gunther.
Yep. I mean, he's done some good stuff this year, though. It doesn't feel like it, but he's done some good stuff this year.
Yeah.
He won the Rumble. He won the world title at WrestleMania.
Won the world title. Whoa.
Dude,
you were here for
main
that.
event Jey Uso.
Okay, we were here together for that. Hold on. We're not. Hold on. We're not crossing over. I saw your reaction when Jay won the match. You did not.
I did.
You did not like that shit. Yeah, I could see your body language. You were like, "Huh?" He got the tap out victory
and splashes, and then he put the ya on him, and then yeet. That's what he did.
Put the fucking worst choke I've ever seen in my fucking life. Oh my god.
You would think a guy who's been in prison that much, he would know how to like choke people.
Jeez. He only did like night stints. He never was like in prison. That's Jacob Fatu. Right. Jacob Fatu was locked up.
Yeah, know what I mean? Really, I mean, he might deserve to be on this list more than Jey Uso.
Okay, the only reason I didn't put him is because I don't know.
I mean, all he did was win the U.S. title.
The build-up wasn't really a build-up between him and LA Knight. It was a build-up between him and Braun Strowman, who is now released. So it's like, fuck, what was the point? Were they supposed to do Braun versus Fatu at some point, but then now they don't?
And I mean, they did it at Saturday Night Main Event.
And then he got fired, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, that was before WrestleMania. The Saturday Night's Main Event match. That's the one that ended in disqualification. Right?
Yeah.
To protect both of them. Yeah, so that was before WrestleMania. But then they still kept feuding. They kept doing stuff.
Yeah.
What was that supposed to lead to? Because Jacob Fatu then wrestled LA Knight at WrestleMania with honestly no real feud.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? You see the confusion here?
Yeah, but we're not talking about him. We're talking about main event.
Okay,
Uso,
yeah.
The guy who's gonna win Wrestler of the Year.
He's not because he's not.
He won the Rumble. He's gonna win King of the Ring. That you can't. I have future sight.
Sami Zayn is supposed to win King of the Ring.
He's gonna win King of the Ring.
I'm gonna have to lower the volume on that. I just screamed so loud into the microphone. Sami Zayn is supposed to win King of the Ring. I stand by that statement so much. It's not.
I'm gonna watch him get RKO'd next Monday.
It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be Randy Orton. It's not supposed to be Cody Rhodes. It's not supposed to be fucking Yeet Master 3000. It is supposed to be Sami Zayn's time. Fuck. It's not gonna happen.
Time it won't be.
Whose?
The man who Jey Uso is gonna beat to win the King of the Ring in the semifinals, Cody Rhodes.
Oh yeah, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes had a stinker of a WrestleMania main event, bro. I put him on
Yeah.
this list purely because he's the face of the company and he held the title for the first part of the year. But like, eesh, that main event does not help his case.
Who do you wrestle at Elimination Chamber?
Did
My brain is blanking.
he didn't have a match.
Oh no, he just was in the suit.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
I
didn't have a
forgot.
match.
Well, I mean, he had a good match at Royal Rumble.
Because he got
A personal
attacked.
favorite of mine. Um, he had a good feud with Kevin Owens, to be fair, going
Yeah,
into
yeah.
Rumble. That was
The
pretty
Kevin
nice.
Owens feud was good.
The feud between him and like Rock Cena going into Mania was good.
Yeah.
He's very good at feuds, not very good at matches.
Yeah,
Um,
that's weird, right?
dude, his podcast
All
pretty
right.
good.
All right. Well,
Um,
he's encroaching on our space, so I'm gonna need him to go
that is
fuck
true, but
himself.
we don't have Damian Priest on our podcast,
Okay, but
so
we could get Dorian Eskridge, Ash
they're,
Allred.
they're interchangeable.
We could get
If you
Ash
combine them
Allred.
together, I think they might equal. They might turn into Damian Priest.
We could get. Oh my God, who else could we get? What's a random
Dude, we
member
can
that
get fucking we can get Deshaun. Um,
I don't want Deshaun
well,
anywhere near my
dude, we can
Discord
get Devin.
calls. I don't.
We can talk. We can talk about Paul Heyman.
We can talk about Paul Heyman and Rhea Ripley, Devin's two favorites.
Yes, dude, Vi loves Rhea Ripley.
Yeah. Oh, we could get Vi
Um,
on the pod.
hmm
Vi actually wouldn't be a bad guest because I feel like that'd be entertaining. Three of us just fucking clowning, mainly
Yeah,
me and you bullying Vi. That'd be good.
we were getting a actually okay. While watching Worlds Collide, we were talking about we were ranking the Legado del Fantasma members based off how hot they were.
Okay. Yeah. Naturally,
Yeah,
as you would.
yeah, that's what you do when you see
Santos
three men.
sleeper number one pick for me personally.
That's what I said. I said Santos. If I had
He's got
Santos at the three,
like a rustic charm to him. Like you know like yeah like the yeah, I'm actually into this conversation for a second.
yeah,
The other two Los Garzas, as I call them from I steal that from Steven Larson, because technically they are the Garzas.
they went by Los Garzas for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean they are related to. They're both related to
I
Hector
think that's what
Garza.
they currently go by when they're not
When they're
Legado
not
del Fantasma.
when they're
They're
not
just
representing Legato specifically,
yeah.
they're Los Garzas. So I don't think that's stealing anything. Cool.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would say like they got like a smooth, like, you know, sort of charm about them, like very much like soft boy handsome. Like they don't be
Yeah,
getting their hands dirty. They make sure
they don't,
they make sure their cuticles are clean.
especially
Uh,
Angel.
yeah. Whereas like I could see Santos going out there and digging in the dirt and getting, you know, pulling weeds out of the grass and doing yard work and shit, like a sort of manly, you
Yeah,
know. So yeah, Santos number one for me. Yeah, I agree on that. But
you
we're
know who
not
also has a rustic charm to him?
who
Rugged, rustic. I don't remember what you said.
I said.
CM Punk.
I said rustic. Yeah, he's rustic.
Yeah,
Rusty,
he's
as
pretty
in
rusty.
old.
He main evented WrestleMania.
He main evented night one
He
of a buy one get four extravaganza. I think he called it in AEW. Right?
hmm
That sounds right. Extravaganza
Yeah,
or what?
that sounds about right.
Spectacular, something like that.
He got runner up in the Elimination Chamber. He
Did something in the Royal Rumble. I don't think he was Final Four.
he was there, maybe Final Five.
No, no.
He
He was in it
he
like
eliminated
because
Roman and Steph.
they did the big spot between Roman. Maybe he was Final Four.
Oh man,
Was it Logan Paul, CM Punk, John Cena, and Jey Uso? That feels right.
I think so. That sounds right. I
CM Punk could have been interchangeable with somebody else.
I think CM Punk shortly after he got eliminated, or he eliminated
No,
Seth and
Logan.
Roman,
Oh, because I
he got
remember.
eliminated by Logan Paul.
Yeah, because I remember I was fucking fuming at that. Yeah. Because then I was like, if Logan Paul also eliminates John Cena, it comes down to Logan Paul and Jey Uso. I was like, I'm gonna probably quit, like everything.
Um,
So yeah,
yeah,
gosh, CM Punk has had. I'd say out of everybody on the list, he's had the most mixed bag so far of 2025.
yeah,
Like he got what he wanted, technically speaking. You know, he got the main event of Mania, but also at the same time, it's like it wasn't for anything. It was for what? The friendship and admiration of Paul Heyman. He didn't even win, so I don't know. Uh he's had a very entertaining 2025 so far.
yeah.
I just don't know if it's
I feel like they keep putting him in these important like positions,
yeah.
but he has no like nothing to show that like 2025 has been a great year.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
You know who has had a good 2025 though? Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins.
Oh, yeah. All right. I put him on the list. Was kind of annoyed about putting him on the list, I'll be honest.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I like what he's doing with the faction stuff right now. It's just he himself has not changed up the gimmick at all.
Mm.
It's just he's got three people flanking him while he talks business.
Yeah.
You know, which is fine, I guess, but like I don't know. I could use maybe he stops talking. Maybe he just lets like he becomes like a mute or something. Just let Paul do all the talking for him.
Does the gimmick need to change?
I don't think the gimmick needs to change at all. It's just it would it serves better without people. Like he could easily be the same exact character and be a bad guy and do
Yeah.
everything he's doing without these guys. Especially since they've both lost their first round matches in the King of the Ring tournament. So they
Yeah.
haven't made any advancements in total domination except for Seth winning Money in the Bank. So
Hmm.
what have they done that has made me believe that it is important for these two and I guess even Paul to an extent. What have they done to make it important for those three to be there with him? And I think the answer is not a lot. And that's just the way I look at it. But that's not to say
All right,
he's had a
fair.
bad 2025. I think he's had a great
Yeah.
2025. He main evented a WrestleMania again. He won. He what else has he done? He was in the Elimination Chamber as well, was he not?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
He was
he was
final three?
final three because I think he got eliminated by Punk
Yeah.
or yeah, and then Punk
Hmm.
stomped him, or he stomped
He stomped
Punk.
Punk.
He
Yeah.
stomped Punk. Yeah, that sounds right.
Um, he
Yeah,
also main evented the debut episode of Raw on Netflix.
he did. We're gonna talk about that match later.
Um, I mean, Seth has done pretty good this year.
Seth
Now, I
is.
will say, Seth with a faction is always a stinker. Um,
Yeah, yeah. It never has hit very good or
I
very
like the
well.
Bronsons, but
The Bronsons.
it's okay.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, they could easily break out on their own and be like a little like dynamic duo if they wanted.
Hmm.
You know, like like, hey, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Like we team up occasionally, maybe win the tag titles down the road. But for now, we're just two solo guys that help each other out if we come into contact with multiple people.
I would love to see just them dominate the Raw tag division because it sucks so bad right now.
Yeah, dude. It was hard to come up with tag teams from WWE to put on that list. It was hard to
Hmm.
come up with tag teams in general. Tag team wrestling is dead right now.
Well, tag team wrestling, I think you're just watching the wrong show
I think
because
I'm watching the wrong companies. If I'm watching
no, dude.
DPW tag
Oh,
team wrestling fucking rocks like crack.
that's true.
So
Um, SmackDown is where the tags are at, but
yeah, but even them
um,
lately, they've been falling a little flat lately. And I mean, I haven't been watching SmackDown all the way through, So maybe they're getting a lot of time on the 3 hour show, but from what I've seen, it doesn't really seem like they're getting a lot of time. So it was just hard. It was hard to come up with people.
Yep.
It's hard to come up with tag teams.
And Gunther. Gunther's the last guy on the list.
Wasn't hard to put Gunther on the list. I'll tell you what, though.
Yeah. He held the title for most of the year, lost it at Mania, now won it back. It's like, okay.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Purely off
Um,
kayfabe, he's on this list.
hmm But
He
it's
can't.
been
Dude. There
kind of
must be a
boring.
He swallowed several magnets, and the titles are just attracted to him. That's his gimmick. Magnet eater. It's
Dude,
perfect.
you want to know a statistic that I heard yesterday that was crazy?
What? Talk to me.
Uh, there's someone who's contesting Days as champion to Gunther. And it's Noam Dar.
How? Oh, because
Because
of
apparently he has
he.
over 800 days as the Heritage Cup champion.
Yeah, he technically does.
Across his 4 reigns.
Yeah, because he held it during the pandemic when they like shut down for a little while, but like they count that. They didn't like
Um,
pause anything.
yeah,
So
wild statistic to hear.
wild stat.
From a guy who's been in developmental for
Per-
almost a decade,
perennial
longer than Tyler Bate.
longer hey, longer than Sean Spears.
True,
Sean Spears has
true.
collectively been in developmental. Like, hey, and depending on how you feel about AEW, you can count AEW Dark as developmental too. So he spent a lot of
Mhm.
time on Dark. About 3 years, 3 years worth of time on Dark. Well, Dark even around for 3? Yeah, maybe 2, maybe 2. All right.
Regardless,
Regardless of that, we have
who
this.
do you think?
I put him at the top of the list for a reason. I mean, come
Mhm.
on. It's a safe bet. It's not going to get me crucified. Will Ospreay is the wrestler of the year so far in 2025.
Yeah, I got to agree with that. And I'm not even I'm a big AEW hater, but just looking at the list, it's been so like up and down for a lot of these guys. For a lot of the people who have done stuff, it's been boring. For a lot of the ones who's it's been entertaining, they haven't done much.
Even
Will
this
Ospreay is like the only guy to actually have a mix of credible like accomplishments and entertaining
matches.
television.
Yeah.
Hmm
Even yeah, like even his story stuff has been pretty solid. Like has it been the greatest thing in the world? Absolutely not. AEW isn't really the best with story stuff. But
hmm
like from a AEW standpoint, it's been it's been interesting to watch the stuff with him and Swerve lately, the Owen stuff, the him and Kyle Fletcher all year. End of 2024, start of 2025 was great stuff. So
You say the
like,
stuff with him and Kenny?
oh yeah, even the stuff with it,
They're weird little.
yeah, their weird little like duo for a brief moment was fun and a blast to watch. So like he's done good character work on top of the wrestling, which I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people criticized him for. Was like, oh well, he doesn't have character stuff. He's showing he's got character. It may just not be the typical like fucking vocational gimmick that these old heads want. Like, oh, everyone's gotta be the Repo Man. Like, no, the fuck, we don't need those stupid gimmicks anymore. Like, get out of here.
Mhm. Yep. Um. Yeah, and honestly, I mean, that's a guy like you keep mentioning him. That's probably a guy who got snubbed from this list. Kyle Fletcher. Um,
Yeah,
but
I mean, there was a category of other that we forgot to mention.
oh, that's what that is. Okay, I
Uh,
thought other was just waiting for me to put more people in here.
no, other was in case there's like
Okay.
literally like anybody else that we wanted to briefly like just be like, hey, honorable mentions that could secretly like win this. Sort of think of it like the NBA lottery, like those top names that are actually listed have the best chance at winning. And
Mhm.
then other are like team like wrestlers that like, maybe. Sort of like the
Yep.
inverse of how like the NBA lottery works.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no, Kyle Fletcher up there, absolutely. But I think just for time's sake, we probably need to move on.
yeah, I would have put Kyle on there. Might be.
Um, I might just start speed running some of these categories on just like rapid
So,
firing
so I
names.
want you to bring up which which wrestler you think should win it, and then I want you to think of which wrestler I would pick for each category, and I'll tell you because I know I know what's on each list. I'll actually uh here I got the thing pulled up now.
Okay, you want me to run through the names and then my guess of who I want and your guess and my guess of who you think it is?
Yeah, I want you, we're gonna play a game. I want you to try and
Okay,
guess who my
sure.
pick is, and I'll tell you. You can say
So,
yours if you want, or you can make me guess yours after you guess mine.
sure. So on the Women's Wrestler of the Year list, we have Toni Storm.
Mm-hmm.
We have someone named Mariah May. I'm not really sure who that is.
Oh, sorry.
Blake Monroe.
She goes by Blake
Um,
Monroe now.
yes, the glamorous one. Mercedes Moné, Willow Nightingale, Rhea Ripley, Chelsea Green.
Wow, great
Uh,
job.
Bailey. Thank you. I didn't know if that'd pick up.
I picked up well.
Tiffany Stratton, Io Sky, Roxanne Perez, Stephanie Vecher, and
Or,
Athena.
as Nikki Bella would say, Stephanie Vacay.
But, dude, I watched that segment. I hated that. I hated that whole Raw. I hate that I watched that
Yeah, dude, I
entire
fell
little
asleep
segment.
during that Raw.
That was rough, dude. Honestly, Raw in general is rough for me to watch. I watched.
WWE is rough for me to watch, dude. AEW has been for me like I'm the AEW lover.
Mhm.
It's been cooking. I've been able to sit down. Like I'm upset. We're recording on a Wednesday right now, so I'm upset that I'm not watching right now. So I'll pop it on like on Spectrum, like on demand later tonight, and
Yeah,
just watch it while going to sleep. You know, so the AEW's been really solid. I know you hate it, but I think they've been cooking.
my pick for this category, um, I think is is fair. I think it's Stephanie Vecher.
All right.
Um, that is my. I think she won like the NXT Women's and North American
First
championship simultaneously.
first women's double champion,
Yeah, she pulled a Keith Lee.
Paul Keith Lee.
She sped ran developmental. She's hella over and like not like hella over as in like people thought Julia would be hella over, and now that she's on SmackDown, no one cares. Like
Like
Stephanie the
Steps,
Care is over.
like Stephanie could like get involved in that Intercontinental feud with like Lyra and Becky and steal
Hmm.
that. Like they could somehow interject her into there, and she could just steal that title because she's so over that they want to put a belt on her.
Yeah, like
They want
she
to like
is crazy.
legitimize her fast. So yeah, I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, she was at Money in the Bank weekend wrestling. They want to love to mention it that she wrestled 3 times within 24 hours.
Yep.
Um, very. I mean, she's just had one hell of a year.
Yeah.
However, I think I know who you picked. And I think you picked Mercedes Moné.
Wrong.
Wow. Okay.
Chin up, tits out,
Mm,
look for the shoe. It's Tony Storm. I mean, dog, she's still killing it. I love the timeless gimmick. I know you fucking hate it. I know
I don't
you.
hate it.
Oh, I thought you despised it. I thought you hated
No,
the timeless
I,
gimmick.
I like Timeless Tony Storm. I think she's fun.
Like, it's a damn shame that she's probably losing that belt to Mercedes at All In. Um, because I love her as champion. Hopefully, they let Mercedes run with it for a little bit, try to establish the women's division as like a big thing in AEW going forward and have her be like the cross promotional talent for the company that they so desperately need. Um, and just kind of rock from there, I guess, and then maybe Tony wins it back. But yeah, no, she's had a really good year. She's had some really good matches. Um, I think she'll even have better matches to come. She'll probably take some time off after All In. So don't know if she wins Best Women's Wrestler of the Year overall, but at least right now for me, she wins right now.
Sure. Sure.
But I could totally see Stephanie Vecker. Uh, yeah, yeah, I totally could see Stephanie, like a case being made for her, and she probably was like maybe second or third on my voting list. I didn't put her on there because I literally just my brain did not immediately think of her for some reason. Probably
Yeah.
because I'm not like
Yep.
a grade A gooner like you. Fucking, you probably over there like watching her do the.
Ah, ah, ah,
All right,
ah.
Booker. All
I'm
right.
Booker T.
Oh man. Oh
Oh,
man.
dude, he was so unhinged last night on NXT, but that's not fair.
He's the worst, bro. I can't stand him.
But he gets these guys over so crazy.
He does. He does.
Like he is totally a huge reason why she's over.
He's a whole.
Same
He's
with
a.
Trick.
He. I was gonna say he's a reason Trick got over.
Um, it's great. Anyway, tag wrestler or tag team of the year.
Tag team of the
Um,
year.
in on our list we have the Young Bucks, FTR, the Outrunners, the Hurt Syndicate, New Day, the Motor City Machine Guns, War Raiders, Fraxium, Street Profits, and the Judgment Day, specifically Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez.
Tom and Nick Mysterio. Wow. Okay.
um, and other, in other I would like to include also DIY.
Oh,
I think
in
that's
other,
a
I
fair
would
one.
also like to include A Town Down Under for the perennial will they won't they feud. Uh, like will they ever break up? Will they? Won't
Hmm.
they? Who knows?
I think I saw something where they're having them break up so Theory can join Seth's group.
I'd shoot myself, dude. I don't want Theory anywhere near Seth Rollins again. There's
Um,
no way Triple H gets him involved immediately. Like no, Triple H
ooh,
wouldn't do that.
in other as well, I would also like to include the Nemeth brothers.
Shut the fuck
Um,
up.
I'm
That's
I'm genuine about that.
no,
I th-
no. I'm
I
gonna
think
veto that. I don't want to talk.
what?
I
Okay,
don't want to talk about fucking Nick Nemeth
okay,
in the Big Two
okay,
Five.
okay.
I'm
But I think
vetoing
he's
that.
really, I think he's done a good job at reinventing himself, and I think he's just having a good time. Um,
Yeah, he
like,
might be having a good time, but I'm not. So
like, okay, fair enough. Um, so yeah, for this list, um, who do I have as tag team of the year? There's a couple people, just thinking out loud.
ooh,
Um,
can I make a guess for this one actually? Because I
yeah, sure.
can't.
Yeah, if you wanna play the game backwards,
I,
we can do that.
I think it'd be fun to alternate maybe, just to
Yeah.
see. Um, honestly, I think you might either go with your. I think you're gonna go with someone from SmackDown, but I think you're gonna go with someone who's made it to SmackDown recently. I think you're going with Fraxium. They've had a really good year. They've had some banger matches. They lost the tag titles in NXT recently, somewhat recently.
Mhm.
But like overall, usually after NXT pay-per-views earlier in the year, people were talking about the Fraxium match. So I think you're if you don't go with Fraxium, I think you're going with Motor City Machine Guns. It's either or. I really think it's one of those two.
They were both two I was gonna mention.
Okay.
Um, yeah, no, I mean Fraxium has just been so good this year, and just as a generally like some of the best people to come out of NXT recently who
Yeah.
isn't a women's wrestler.
Yeah.
Um, like just amazing work from them. However, I think 2025 specifically has been okay. Ever since losing the belts at Stand and Deliver,
Yeah.
they debuted on SmackDown, and it's been. I just think yeah, it's one of those things that you said. I don't think they get enough time
Yeah.
for the tag team in division and
I mean,
um
they're on, they're fucking rocking. It's great.
yeah.
It's good stuff. Don't get me wrong. It's just it's so much little time for them,
Mm,
like actually in the ring. Like they'll get backstage segments all the time, but
mhm.
that doesn't help with the entertainment aspect of it. People want to see, especially when they like Fraxium are able to do really cool shit in the ring. People would rather see that than a yap session between
Yeah,
them. So
I love Motor City Machine Guns. Um, I wouldn't say they're tag team of the year. I really just there's something missing between them and the audience, and I think there's now something has almost changed, like a flip, in what they mean now to the tag division. They're now looking more like a veteran, like let me help put you over piece, and I think they really just got a tag reign just to say that they held the belts in WWE.
yeah,
Because like this past Friday they lost clean to Joe Gacy and Dexter Loomis.
excuse me.
Um, yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, no, fair. I wouldn't want to talk about
how,
that either.
however,
Dude, Chris
there's a
Sabin
tag
is like
team
a
on
6-time X Division champion. How do you
10
have
time,
him 10-time?
10 time. It's
I
either
thought
10
it
or
was.
11 now.
I thought it was
No, it's a
6.
lot. It's a lot.
Oh my god, it's way more than I thought. I'm so sorry, Chris Sabin. Dude, that man is one of the fucking goats of TNA, a company that you are pretty much fucking leeching of life at this point. And you have him lose to fucking Samuel Shaw? Dexter Luke? Dude, fucking Huskus the Pig Boy? Get out of here. Fuck that, bro. They should have signed with AEW. I'm sorry. I'd take
Mhm.
working once a month and still being able to do my indies over fucking whatever that shit is. Holy dick and cheese balls. Oh my god.
But really, I think the team that deserves, and it's gonna sound crazy coming from me,
I better hear it. I better hear it.
I think it's the Hurt Syndicate.
We hurt people. We hurt people. Oh, you can't see me. You can't see my camera, dude. But I'm dancing. I'm doing the fucking. We hurt people. We
It's
hurt people. Oh shit.
something
Yeah.
with being. I feel like they just make the tag titles feel so important over there, even though they're really not tag team wrestlers.
No, they're
But like,
not.
I feel
They
like they just
the.
have so much more presence. And I don't know if it's just the fact that they are two classic heavyweight wrestlers
Mhm.
in AEW. Like they're not the same build as like the Young Bucks or FTR. These are huge people who are gonna throw you around and beat the shit out of you. And I feel like they just make those tag belts feel so important.
Yeah.
Um,
The other thing
yeah.
to mention. I mean, okay, so like per my reaction, her syndicate is my pick as well. Um, yeah, no, like they're not even tag wrestlers traditionally, like you said. Like they're singles guys, and something about them. There's a reason that when like out of everything AEW does, one of the things they love to do is bring in a guy from WWE and allow them to do a similar character to what they'd done before, if that character worked really well. Look at Cope. Look at Alistair Black, formerly known as Malachi, formerly known as Alistair, formerly known as Tommy End. Look at Miro. I feel like the Redeemer was kind of an offshoot of the brute, that he was when he was in WWE. So like with that, I think it's really interesting. I just think it's interesting, you know.
Mm,
I don't know.
yeah.
I think it's interesting that they kind of just let them go, and everyone had a problem with, oh, this is just rehashing WWE, but not with the Hurt Syndicate. No, I didn't really
Mm,
see a lot of people say, oh, this is just rehashing the Hurt Business, because everybody fucking loved the Hurt Business.
yeah. No, that was WWE's fault entirely. There was nothing
Exactly.
there.
Like people, even people that were staunchly anti AEW were like kind of like, oh, this shit rocks. Hurt Syndicate is cool. Like
Yeah,
like
it's not like trying to bring back Undisputed Era with the Paragon, because like
yes,
Undisputed Era
exactly.
had it. it had a huge peak.
Yes, those are
Kurt
that is
Business
a
never had that.
perfect contrast. I'm so glad you brought that one up.
Yeah.
Paragon's, originally trying to do the Undisputed Kingdom and having a reunion of the Kingdom slash Undisputed Era as one thing. Like, that doesn't work because the people that are interested in the Undisputed Era more than likely don't fucking know about the Kingdom from Ring of Honor.
Yeah. Which actually, hold up 1 second here, because you segued into it real quick. We can keep this rolling. You can
Okay.
keep talking. I'm just
What do you got?
grabbing
Do you
some.
have something? Oh, God. Oh, my God. Let me take a sip of my monster while I wait. I think he's gonna pull out something from the Kingdom. Some sort of Kingdom merch. Some sort of Kingdom. Oh, God. He's got a box. What's in the
I
box?
found yesterday a signed T-shirt
Oh, my God.
from Matt Taven. What was his name? TK Ryan and Vincent. That I
Whoa.
got from a Ring of Honor show in like 2017.
That's dope as shit.
Low-key a fire T-shirt. I hate that I got them to sign this. I would have worn this every day.
Not a bad design. Not a bad
Yeah.
shirt. That's cool as
Yeah,
shit.
crazy
Yeah.
pull.
Yeah, while you put that back up, one thing we talked about doing for an episode is merch episode, talking about all the cool wrestling merch we have both collected over the years because we have quite a bit of it each. But yeah, that would be a fun episode to do. But yeah, so tag team of the year so far. I'll take this next one, match of the year, since I have the document pulled up now.
Okay.
I can kind of go along with you here. So we have match of the year in 2025 so far. A lot of great matches, from shit on Raw to pay per view matches to PLE matches, whatever you want to call them. But of course, Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher in the steel cage match at Dynasty in 2025. We talked about that on one of the first 3 episodes of the pod. We had a kind of real huge debate about whether that match was good or not. I loved the match. You weren't a fan. You thought it went like 15, 20 minutes too long.
I thought the spots were corny,
And you
but
thought the spots were corny too. I remember that, but I do remember you saying it was a little too long. Which, hindsight, I watched it back. Is probably could shave off. I would say 5 to 10 minutes. I like a good 30-minute match, but I think it was like 39 or something like that. Like that's cutting it. Cutting it close. Speaking of Will Ospreay, he had a match with Hangman Page. It was the Owen Hart Cup Finals at Double or Nothing this year. That one was pretty recent. So that one's pretty on the brain. I haven't rewatched that one since it happened, but there's a reason it's 5.5 on the Internet Wrestling Database. It's a really good fucking match. Tony Storm versus Mariah May. It was the Hollywood ending at AEW Revolution 2025. I mean, this was Mariah May's send-off from AEW. I don't think anyone's had a better send-off from a company than her. Speaking of the women, we have Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair for the Women's World Championship on WrestleMania 41. Was that night 2? That was night 2, right?
yes,
Yeah.
I think it was the opener.
Yeah, that was the opener night 2. That sounds right. So, yeah, I mean, this match killed. Like, I think I talked about this one on my review of in Nacho Wrestling. This was my match of the weekend. It was really good. Really good. Something that wasn't as good, but still entertaining as hell, was Gunther versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship at Saturday night's main event on January 25th, 2025. This was their, second time meeting? Third time meeting? They met,
Might have been
what?
their
Third? Third. They met twice for the
maybe.
IC title.
Yes.
Yeah. Third time, Jay lost, obviously, because he won at Mania. But it was cool. It was probably, I think it was, looking back, I think it's better than their WrestleMania match, because there's a reason it's on here. Because in my head, it was more memorable than their WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
And it's even more memorable than their match from the 9th on Netflix. Street Profits versus DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns on SmackDown for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships on April 25th, 2025. This was really good, and it showed why it should have been on the WrestleMania card.
Yeah.
Not more I could say about that.
I believe it got a
Got a
5-star,
like,
I believe.
yeah, I want to say maybe five and
Mm-hmm.
a quarter.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd at Wrestle Dynasty 2025. We talked about this match a little bit earlier. I think Dave Meltzer like had a fucking aneurysm over this match. Like, it was so good. Hiroshi Tanahashi was sitting ringside and cried at the end of this match. So if you got the Ace of New Japan crying, then you're doing something good. So, lastly on this list, we have Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Undisputed Championship at Royal Rumble in 2025. This was really good. I actually remember this one vividly for the spot, the Alabama Slam. Kevin Owens through the ladder. With nasty ass bump. Yeah. So I don't know. For this one's tough. Because I know you enjoy the New Japan stuff. You enjoy strong style. So, like, Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd, and that's one of the matches you added. But you also added, like, the Street Profits and DIY and Motor City tag match. And the Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes Royal Rumble match. You even talked about that one a little bit earlier. Yeah, you know what? Give me Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens at the Rumble. I'm going to say that's your favorite. If not, it is Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd.
I added the Cody Kevin it is a personal favorite of mine this year.
Okay.
It's one of, if not one of maybe 2 or 3 out of the list you named that isn't a 5-star match.
Yeah.
I thought it was so good. For some reason I thought I remember it being a ladder match, but isn't it like just a last man standing?
No, it's a ladder, I thought.
Oh, it is a ladder?
Maybe no.
But then how does it end with the Alabama Slam at the end?
Oh, maybe it is the last man standing. No, I thought.
No idea.
No idea. Whatever. There was the
Yeah.
Alabama Slam ladder spot. That's all I know.
But I'm a huge fan of multi-person matches, especially if they're done well.
Yeah.
I loved the Street Profits versus DIY versus Motor City, because any way that you can mimic like the original TLC match between the Dudleys and the Hardys and Edge and Christian, this was probably as great as it could have gotten without them making a TLC 3 between those 3 teams.
Yeah.
This match was so incredibly good. A little bit too spot festy for me though.
Yeah.
My favorite match of the year though was Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair.
Okay. All right.
It was such a great way to start WrestleMania 41. Who won the? Oh, Charlotte won the Women's Rumble. I was about to say, I was like,
Charlotte.
This honestly could have main evented. It was
in some
so
circles. In some circles, it should have main evented night one, depending on who you talk to.
The finish was great too. Crowd they loved that EO won. The story was great. I thought going into it that they kind of just viewed EO as a pushover the whole time. I loved it. It was great match.
I just now realized I accidentally skipped over a match.
Yeah, I saw that you did, but I didn't want to cut you off because
it's okay.
I don't think it deserves.
It doesn't deserve to be on here. I just put it on here because it was the first singles match the two finally had. So purely based off legacy and the fact that it was like the first main event on the Raw on Netflix debut. You know, like WWE will put it on their match of the year candidate at the end of the year, even though it's not that good. And their steel cage match should probably be on here. But like when you compare Ospreay and Fletcher's steel cage match to their steel cage match and that Roman finish, I don't think their steel cage match should be on here either at that point. You know? So that being said, Seth Rollins versus CM Punk Raw on Netflix debut. Missed that one. I don't. That's not my match of the year. I. It's hard not to agree with you on everything you said.
Oh,
Everything you said, I agree with you on. I mean, I want to go with Hangman versus Will at Double or Nothing, but like, especially because like knowing that Hangman is fighting for the title at All In, and like there's the Texas Cowboy theme, and he's a cowboy. I'm praying that he wins so I can go home happy. It all depends on where it lies in the show. If Hangman versus John Moxley is in like the middle of the card, and Mox is winning. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's everything you said about that triple threat match is, it was just really good. You know, it's, I don't know, yeah. Triple threat match from Mania 41 Night 2 opener. That just killed. And it was hard to follow because what followed after it? Like the Fatal 4-Way for the IC title or something like that?
Yeah.
Like another multi-person match, which was
Which
also
I mean,
pretty
I
solid.
ate that shit up too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
No,
shit
I
was
love
good too. So
it.
yeah. All right, I'll throw it over back to you for feud of the year.
Yeah. So feud of the year. We got this list with the Death Riders versus AEW. Uh,
Yeah.
just because it's lasted the longest doesn't mean that it should be considered here, but whatever.
Shut the fuck up.
Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher, the Hurt Syndicate versus the Tag Division,
Dog,
Cody Rhodes
they've been killing
versus
that tag division.
they have murdered. Um, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, Gunther versus Jey Uso, Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, featuring Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman, Bullet Club War Dogs versus the House of Torture, Ethan Page versus Javon Evans, Stephanie Vaquer versus Julia, and Mike Santana versus Mustafa Ali.
Okay. First things first.
I pulled some stuff out of my bag there at the end.
Those NXT and TNA feuds, get those most fucked fuckers off my goddamn
Dude,
screen.
they are good.
Javon
They're real
Evans,
good.
great. Love Javon. Ethan Page, should probably be on main roster by now. Tired of him in NXT. Not tired of him in general, just tired of him in
Okay.
NXT. I feel like
Yeah.
he definitely could be, like, imagine him with Seth and Bronson's as sort of like another cunning like guy that can kind of sort of help swindle like the, you know, the general manager like Pierce or Aldis, you know, smooth talk him a little better than like Seth would. Yeah, it's just an idea, but like imagine that over what he's doing right now, like the perennial food with Javon or whatever he's doing right now. So I don't know. I love Javon. Mike Santana versus Mustafa Ali. I can't speak on that much. I fucking hate TNA with a dying passion.
You actually should look into this because it is phenomenal. Their match that they had at might have been Hard to Kill.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember specifically the but like it is so good.
I, I
It
I can't, man. I just can't. It's TNA, dog.
what? But like Mustafa, this match reminds me so much of the hidden gems that like Mustafa and Buddy Murphy had.
Like for the
Um,
cruiser for 205s.
yes, like
Ooh,
it is so good. The story
okay,
that they
might
were
have to
doing
check it
with
out.
Mustafa being so on his high horse with his little like faction, like in his little like politician gimmick,
Yeah,
ragging on Mike Santana for like his old like drug addiction habits, um, and like a bunch of other stuff. Like it is so good. Truly like one of the best parts um just of TNA this whole year.
yeah,
I'm not even including anything else like the Nemeth and the Hardys because that shit sucks. Joe Hendry hasn't had any good feuds. The system is ass. This is one of the only good parts of TNA this year.
yeah. All right.
Um,
I'll believe you on that one.
yeah.
Honestly, since the
So.
TNA World Champion is now Trick, um,
Mhm.
and the X Division title like doesn't exist anymore, right? Is that what I heard? I've
No.
heard it. I've heard it's sort
Moose
of.
holds it.
I've heard. Yeah, I heard he doesn't call it the X Division title anymore, though, or something like that. Am I wrong?
I think it's still the X Division
Okay,
title.
all
It's
right,
like
all
a
right.
weird orange strap now, though. It looks terrible, but I
Uh-huh.
think hopefully Leon Slater beats him for it soon.
Yeah.
Um, but
Quick.
I mean, yeah, no, any of the feuds that I just covered, though, yeah, no, they're not feud of the year. Um,
Yeah, no.
they're great, but not feud of the
I
year.
quick aside. We're running low on time here. Let's save the quizzes for like another episode.
Okay,
We'll literally just
I figured.
make this the award show.
Mhm.
Okay, back.
So who do
I
you have going?
well,
What do you think?
who do I think yours is?
Or
Or who do you think
no,
who
do
do
I
you
guess
think
for yours this time?
Yeah, yeah, who do you think mine
Okay,
is? Who do you
yeah.
think mine is?
Um, there's a couple good ones here. I know you're an AEW loyalist, but even you have said that their storytelling is a bit ass.
It's a bit ass. Death Riders' doo doo shit needs to die.
I
Uh
think I know that, okay, there's a big difference between feud of the year and match of the year, right?
yeah.
Big difference.
Yes, there
I
is.
know you love John Cena,
Uh-huh.
and I think you think it's John Cena and Cody Rhodes for feud of the year.
Mm, you wrong.
Ah,
You wrong. It is CM Punk versus Seth Rollins featuring Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman.
damn it,
Yes,
damn
the
it.
steel cage finish with Roman like helping Seth win, like by pulling him out of the cage, fucking sucked.
Hmm.
But the intrigue of like thinking Paul Heyman, like trying to think, oh, is Paul gonna align with is Roman or Punk? Which one is it? And then like during the last 2 weeks, you kind of feel like the realization, like, huh, maybe it's Seth, and then it is. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think it's primarily a CM Punk Seth Rollins feud with how like inconsistent Roman is there. Um, yeah, it's that at least for right now. This shit's been really interesting. Cody Rhodes and John Cena was interesting, but like Gunther versus John Cena was such an easy layup and was right fucking there. And babyface John Cena is how he should be going out, and he shouldn't be doing the stupid heel stuff. The stupid heel stuff sucks. I'm going on a fucking rant. I'm about to crash out. Okay, no, I'm not. It's CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. That's all I want to say. Thank you. All
Okay.
right.
I forgot to give mine.
Go ahead.
Um,
What is yours?
I think it's Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher. Um,
Okay.
I'm a big New Japan guy. I feel like the story writes itself with them both being from the United Empire and being best friends.
Mm,
And Kyle turning on Will just on the fact that people just think that he's Will Ospreay Jr.,
yeah.
but he's not. He's the fucking protostar.
He's Randy Orton
And I just think,
Jr.
yeah,
Well,
no, that's Miles
Miles
Bourne.
Bourne. Sorry, Miles Bourne is Randy
Um,
Orton Jr.
yeah, yeah. No, I think Kyle's just done a great job at make like if you were to just done this and have him not like go through the transformation that he has, it would have been a waste of time. But
Yeah.
like he has truly made himself a name in the company,
Yeah.
one of the top stars in that huge ass faction. But
Yes.
like really, I could see him being in that AEW World Title picture by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure. Yeah. No, I definitely could see that. And when you were talking about me like saying difference between feud of the year and match of the year, I thought you were gonna segue to talk about that because I like love their steel cage match. And I thought you were gonna say that their feud hasn't been as good, but their matches have been like in a pocket really great.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you went with them. They were a close runner up for me
Mhm.
because of everything you said right there. All that built-in stuff is great. That's what makes the best stories. Oh, excuse me. All right, promotion of the year. We got WWE slash NXT and TNA, I guess technically. AEW slash Ring of Honor, TNA, New Japan Pro Wrestling, AAA, CMLL, and other, aka Our Pride and Joy DPW. Um,
Can I add another in the other category
yeah,
actually?
sure. Toss one on for me.
Um, I've been really fucking around with Wrestling Revolver lately. Um, like I've been doing a little bit of research just because I've been in like a different side of um like pro wrestling YouTube.
Yeah.
Um, and like Wrestling Revolver really does have like some sleeper mat, like just some hidden talent.
Mm-hmm.
And like how we have DPW is our like our North Carolina, like kind of our pro wrestling indie scene.
Yeah.
Like that Ohio wrestling indie scene has some bangers in it.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
and like they have Myron Reed. Do you know Myron Reed?
I've heard
Um,
the name. Heard the name.
yeah, he's such a great talent. He's the world champion right now.
Okay.
Um, yeah, no, I mean just some really solid stuff over there in terms of like indie.
Okay. All right. I don't think either of the others would win. Like, let's
Yeah,
just call a spade a
I do
spade.
think they're better than um
Triple A
CMLL, AAA,
and TNA
GNA
to an extent.
could
To an extent.
make an argument.
No, don't you fucking say it.
New Japan.
Oh. Yeah, yeah, maybe.
New Japan's kind of just been in a weird limbo lately. They have good matches and they have good pieces, but those good pieces aren't in your main event slots.
Yeah.
So if you're just wasting them on mid card matches, it kind of makes it all feel like you don't know how to book a show.
Yes. Exactly. So
So
I'm gonna go with process of elimination here. You're going with promotion of the year so far, WWE slash NXT.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Dude, this is the fucking Hatfields and the McCoys. I am AEW and Ring of Honor. You want to
hmm
know why? I'm glad you added Ring of Honor because I forgot Ring of Honor was doing our gimmick. They're doing the frat
Dude, they
house.
are.
They're
Dude,
doing the frat house.
I sent you that post and you were like, "Oh my god, that's so cool." They pissed me off, dude.
It did piss me off too. I saw that shit and I was like, all right,
Ah,
because it's literally our blue and white like color scheme for
mhm.
the fucking pod. So our 11 subscribers, someone is working for the dub. And I'm gonna
And
find
it's
out
like
who it
the
is.
most ragtag ass group of people. Like, I low key fuck with Preston Vance.
But
Chill.
him and a fucking frat does not work, bro.
Yeah, it's like I just don't see it with him.
Yeah.
The other guys give off frat energy. Oh, I fucking hate them though because they're just a bunch of failed gimmicks. Why are you employed there?
Mm-hmm.
Cole Carter is the failed D'Angelo family member. How the fuck is he still in AEW?
Talk to me. Let me
Blows
know.
my mind.
Let me know.
Beefcake Jameson, wherever the fuck his name is, stopped doing shit with the Iron Savages because the one guy
Was like
I
a
did some
domestic
heinous
abuser.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't remember what he did. Bear Bronson, I don't know what the fuck happened to him. He disappeared. I thought he was the standout from the faction. He might have gotten canceled too.
Hmm.
Um, why the fuck is he employed? I don't care about him. Who the fuck is Griff Garrison?
Talk to me. Let me know,
Blows my mind. The
dude.
long-term storytelling with Preston Vance and Griff Garrison, and you have them in a fucking frat gimmick where their pledges are fucking local talent.
Yes, it works though.
It hurts me. It hurts my because it just dumbs it down to its most
Look at me and tell me it all
shittiest
doesn't
thing.
work though. Look at me and tell me it all doesn't come together and
No,
kind of
okay,
work.
no, because do you know what though? Because there is just a better version of this gimmick, and it is in Pro Wrestling Revolver. It is a tag team called Alpha Sigma Sigma, where one of them is a guy, and the other person's name, I'm pretty sure, is Pledge. That's it. That's his name. His
Okay,
name is Pledge.
okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
And
That's good.
it spells ass. It's
Yeah,
it's fucking hilarious.
yeah,
And they
that's
have a
good.
paddle. These guys just they frat house. You couldn't even come up with a fake fraternity. Frat house. Ah,
Well, like they probably wanted to do something like something similar to ass, but they couldn't because it's already taken.
kills me.
Yeah.
Kills me.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, but for me, it's AEW Ring of Honor for a lot of reasons, but primarily frat house gimmick because it's funny. All right,
Gimmick infringement. Fuck these guys. We're gonna
speed
have to
round.
rebrand. We're not gonna get booked again, and then we're gonna have to rebrand the podcast again.
Yeah.
See you in 3 months.
Speed round. We're gonna speed run this really fast. I'm talking like I just want you to tell me who you think AEW World Champion is gonna be and who you think WWE Undisputed, quote unquote,
At
champion
the end of the year,
at the end of the year. Not WWE World Champion. We're literally just doing the top two men's championships real quick. At the end of the year.
I think. I mean, by the end of the year, for AEW, it's got to be Will Ospreay. I think. I
Okay.
think he's gonna be the one that ends up beating Hangman for it, probably at Wembley. Because that's gonna be like the only.
Sorry about that, folks. We had a short little technological kerfuffle, whatever you want to call it, but we're back and we are going over what we believe are going to be the final world champions for AEW and WWE at the end of the year this year. Logan, I believe you were talking about how you think Will Ospreay is going to be AEW world champion by the end of the year. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think there's a good shot that he'll probably win it at the O2. Um, just because like AEW just seems to be riding a lot off of his success. I know they're kind of using him as a supporting piece a lot recently with Swerve and Hangman, but really, I don't know. He just seems to be their guy. He keeps giving them a bunch of great matches. He's one of their top merch sellers. Not giving him the world title, especially a year after he challenged it at last year's Forbidden Door against Swerve. I just feel like I don't know. Maybe it's about time.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get what you're saying. I think it's Darby. I think if Hangman's not going to have a long run with it and be sort of like a not a transitional champion, I mean kind of, but like more of a catalyst to help propel AEW back into a sort of 2021-esque feeling. Um I think Darby should be the one to take it off of him after that. I think the biggest reason is like, come on, man, he put a fucking AEW flag on Mount Everest. I
Mhm.
mean, that's that in of itself, an AEW flag, AEW representation at the highest peak that man can climb. And I mean, a lot of people do it or try to do it, but Darby made it to like the actual tippy top, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like that's pretty nuts. You know what I'm saying? So that's got to be rewarded. As dumb as it sounds, like I know how stupid it sounds. Like, oh, he climbed Big Rock, give him
Yeah.
belt. Like it sounds silly, but
Darby's glazing the company that never gave him shit.
I mean, he had what 3 TNT title runs?
So did Sammy Guevara. Look where he's at.
Okay, yeah, good point. Moving
Scorpio Sky.
on. That was a really good point. You got me there. I have no rebuttal for that. Fuck. Yeah, no, honestly, it should be Hangman by the end of the year. But knowing how AEW books their stuff, I could see them pulling a fast one and having Hangman lose at like excuse me, World's End by the end of the year or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's the AEW World Champion. And I mean, should we do the Women's World Champion just to be sure? I mean, I'm pretty sure we both have a safe bet on who it is
Yeah, I mean it's really, at least in my eyes, it comes down to whoever wins that
at All In, right?
at at All In, yeah.
Yeah.
Um
I mean, give me Mercedes. I don't think they'd be doing this belt collector
Ooh.
gimmick if it wasn't going to end with her winning the AEW title, and then the crumbling will start, inevitably
Mhm.
leading to her losing the AEW World title. Hopefully to like someone she's got a good established like feud with already, like a Willow or a Chris Statlander.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, I'll switch up actually. I think Willow will probably end or have it by the end of the year.
you think Willow will
I
have it
think.
by the end of the year?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm,
I think it's just
I don't
it's
know.
like the Will Ospreay thing. It's about time. Because
It's
if you
definitely about
don't
time for
pull these
Willow. I agree
triggers,
with that one.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
nah, I'm
I don't
gonna
know.
stick with the safe bet of Mercedes though. I like the Willow shout, but maybe by like the end of the first fiscal quarter or business quarter of 2026. So like
Hmm.
Revolution, which is in like end of February, start of March, usually.
Yeah.
So maybe at Revolution she does it. Who knows? Um, so that's AEW side of things. Let's move over to the WWE side of things. A bit longer because they got 4 world champions. Let's I guess start with the World Heavyweight Championships, so big gold belts.
Big gold.
Who's gonna be men's and women's big gold champions by the end of the year?
Mm. Oh man, I see the big gold's a hard one because that's such like a contested division.
It could well contested is not the word I would describe. Muddled and confusing. Is it a mid card title? Is it a world title? Who knows?
Hmm.
You know, you got people like El Grande Americano vying, which I know the Money in the Bank, ever since Triple H has taken over, has definitely been relegated as like the goofiest and least serious stipulation match
Yeah.
on the calendar. But like, it still should be that the Money in the Bank contract is for a world title shot, not any title shot. I hate that
Yeah.
implication now. I hate it. It's my least favorite thing about Triple H. Um, I don't know. I have my 2 answers if you don't already.
I
So if
mean,
you need a
me
little more
personally,
time.
I think Seth Rollins will probably cash in on the Heritage Cup.
Okay, so shut the fuck up. You
No,
most
I think Rollins will probably cash in and win the big gold by the end of the year. I think
you think he's gonna win big gold? You don't think he's gonna
definitely.
try and like interject himself into the John Cena story? I mean, obviously he's
Um,
not, but like just for argument's sake, you don't think so?
yeah, I mean, I don't know. They might rehash some. I feel like they had something really good going in
2015.
2015.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But I feel
exactly.
like with Rollins' whole like
Yeah.
god complex kind of thing, he might view himself as like a. I can see them doing something with it.
Hmm.
But they probably won't.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, so yeah, probably Rollins. He'll probably cash in on like Jay Uso or some shit. Jay will probably win it back from Gunther because yeet. Um,
Shut the
and
fuck up.
yeah. And then Rollins will probably just cash in because they don't want him to beat Gunther.
All right, so
Um,
Seth Rollins is world heavyweight champion by the end of the year. I mean, I'll agree with that.
yeah.
That's probably my guess too, to be honest.
Hmm.
What about women's world heavyweight champion? I think there's only one answer for this one too. With how the landscape.
There's a couple. There's a couple. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh, there's
I
like
mean, I
okay, if you're a grade A NXT gooner, there's like one answer, which you probably are.
I am a grade A NXT Gooner. So,
You are. So
but
there's
that's the thing. I could go either way on this. I don't know which one to do.
or you're a Monday Night Raw dominatrix lover and you need to have Rhea Ripley as champion at all times.
Mommy's always on top, but low key, I think it's gonna be Roxanne by the end of the year.
Oh, you think it's gonna be Roxanne? You don't think it's gonna
Yeah,
be
that's not.
Stephanie?
Yeah, that's the other one. I was like, I just don't think they'll pull the trigger that fast with Stephanie,
She's
especially since they didn't have
over.
her
She's
win.
so over. Like it's not just the
They
goofy
did,
fucking move with her ass and stuff. It's literally like
but they
it's
didn't.
everything. It's her aura. It's her charisma. It's
Yeah,
like she oozes machismo the way like Razor Ramon did.
but like they didn't even have her win her King of the Ring match.
Yeah,
So that gets me thinking. It's like they seem already a bit hesitant.
yeah.
So I feel like I'd put probably more money on Asuka winning again
Is
over
it
Stephanie having
hesitant
it by
or
the
is
end of
it
the year.
racism?
Dude, they hate their Chileans apparently. I don't know.
They hate their Hispanic people in general.
I don't know. That's why I'm putting my money on the other Hispanic girl. Um, the
Yeah, from
the
Texas.
from Texas, my favorite. Um,
Hispanic, my favorite Hispanic
yeah.
area. It actually, I
Hmm.
mean, technically is, I guess.
Yeah, I think she's from Houston. So,
I thought it was.
shout
Honestly, I could have sworn it was like San Antonio, but that's Shawn Michaels for sure.
yeah.
That's another elite ball knowledge. Because no, wait, it is Houston because she was trained at not Triple H, Booker T's school.
Yeah, the reality of wrestling.
Yeah.
She's from Laredo, Texas. Womp womp.
Oh, we were so confident
L
in
L
that.
ball knowledge. I suck.
Oh well, yeah, we were. I even joined the club and got too confident.
She just seems like
Um,
she'd be from Houston. But
yeah,
everything.
I don't know if I can agree with Roxanne. If you would have said Stephanie, you probably would have convinced me. But since you said Roxanne, I feel very confident with going with Rhea.
Oh, okay.
Like, mommy's always on top, like you said. But also at the same time, it's like Triple H seems to like to play it safe with the women's division compared to the men's.
Yeah.
Like, he'll experiment with the men's division. He'll try anything once. He made Jey Uso
hmm
champion for crying out loud.
Yeah.
So, but with the women's division, it's like, hey, whatever's broke, don't fix it. Charlotte, your gimmick will stay, nepo baby forever. No matter how hard you
Yeah.
try to like branch out and do something else. Bailey, you're always gonna be whenever you're a good guy, you're gonna be like the aw shucks, I can't go this far. I can't do this kind of good guy.
hmm
Becky, you're literally just, you're Seth's husband now, so you're gonna be as flamboyant as he is. That's essentially her gimmick ever since she was got with Seth, and honestly, that was more of a Vince issue too, because once wrestlers get together, the female wrestler is always viewed as just the male wrestler's partner, never a person anymore. So that's a bigger issue right there. But that being said, I think it's just like so fucking stupid how he does that with the women's division. But
I
Rhea's
mean, I
gonna
can see
Rhea's gonna
though.
be champion. Rhea's gonna be champion. It's a
I
safe bet. It's a safe bet.
Yeah. I feel like there's something special about Rhea.
Oh, there
Like,
for sure is. There for sure is. The way she connects with everybody and like I don't know. This sounds weird, but the way she connects with everybody but doesn't look like everybody.
yeah,
Like
and
she
like
looks like a
there,
fucking supervillain, but she's so
she's almost
lovable.
she's got like the same type of presence that like we haven't really seen since like John Cena.
Word, I can
Like she's
understand that. Yeah.
she's already like we're talking like first ballot Hall of Famer. She's only 28.
Yeah, she's got a lot of time left, and she's gonna retire and move on to like Hollywood or something by like 35 or whatever. Like she's not
hmm
wrestling until she's like 40 or 42 or something like that. Like she's cashing out early.
She'll probably play Blackfire in the Teen Titans movie. Imagine.
She should.
hmm
She should.
that'd be great. Um,
that's a really good fan cast.
fan casting, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's my head canon now.
But my fan cast for women's world heavyweight champion is of course Rhea Ripley. Speaking of fan
Like that.
casting, who are we fan casting as the WWE undisputed champion at the end of the year? Is it John Cena?
Yeah. You think it's John Cena?
I think it's John Cena. I think he's got one date left. I think he's got one
Yeah.
secret date in 2026 left, and that's where he's dropping the belt.
It's like the opposite of Raw. I feel like SmackDown has such a lack of star
Take the
power.
brand split out of it. I feel like you're forgetting that they really don't care about that anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
Like anybody could win these titles.
I know that's why a part of me is ready to like just say Damian Priest.
No, well, okay, all right. I
Uh,
didn't mean anybody.
like
I meant
you
like
know,
people who are like Drew isn't even around right now. Is off for probably maybe another month or two. He has a better shot at coming back and winning the title before Priest at this rate.
yeah,
So
yeah. And I mean, you would just really never know because I mean, like some of these guys are Triple H boys, and I feel like just one day he might pull the trigger, um, and
yeah,
just
but
turn one of them into a star.
I don't know. TKO seems to be the one that's pulling the trigger now.
Yeah, well, dude, Andrade has been getting booked so often, and he's definitely a Triple H boy.
Yeah, well, yeah, oh,
So
yeah.
it's like I can still feel some influence on these shows.
Yeah.
Um, so, man, I really don't know. I mean, I don't want to like bandwagon off of your answer because that's not what I said in the original
But it makes
cut of
sense,
this.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Just because I don't like my original answer, which
I
was
don't even
Cody
remember,
Rhodes, but
but
like,
that one also makes a little bit of sense. Like SummerSlam,
yeah,
have
you know
seen
what?
have seen his reign end at SummerSlam, and then his last few months are spent him trying to reconcile with the fans and apologize. Does make a lot of sense storytelling wise, rather than them trying to have him reconcile while he's champion.
You know who I think is secretly on the board for TKO and who's pulling all the strings?
Undertaker.
Rikishi.
Shut the fuck
Um,
up. Jay
which is
Uso's
why
Jay
his
Uso
his
is
son Jey
Jay
Uso
Us
got a world title, and
Jacob
I think Big Jim
Fatu
is
is
gonna follow
gonna.
in his brother's footsteps. I think it'll be Big Jim. That's my hot take prediction. Something's
Okay.
gonna click with Big Jim in the next 6 months, and he's
Okay.
gonna be a star.
Glad this is buried at like the fucking hour and fucking 15-minute mark of this video, so that nobody will see this. Cause that take is
There's a spike, and then just
there's a most
after that,
watched right here. Like people are like,
mhm,
what the fuck? What kind of crack is he smoking?
yeah,
Yeah, no, it's definitely not gonna be Jey Uso. I think it's gonna be John Cena.
I'd say Jey Uso. I said Big Jim.
Oh, Big Jim. Yeah, definitely not gonna be
Yeah,
Big
I think
Jim.
yeah, Big
It's not
Jim.
gonna be any Uso. You got a better shot at it being Jacob Fatu. Uh,
Yeah.
Speaking of undisputed championships, let's talk about the women's undisputed championship, which isn't even called that. It's just called the WWE Women's Championship, which never made any sense to me. Because if the world heavyweight title and then the women's world heavyweight title are one thing, why wouldn't it be undisputed and women's undisputed? Whatever.
Well, I
Um,
mean, it never got disputed. So, I mean,
no, I know, but then that brings up the whole debate as well about how can the men's undisputed title be undisputed when there's the world heavyweight championship? It is in fact
well,
in
at one point it was
dispute.
disputed.
Well, no, but now it's in dispute again
Oh, yeah,
because there's
that's
another
fair.
world heavyweight champion. Whatever. Uh,
Yep.
so who has this belt right now? Again, Tiffany.
Tiffany.
I keep
Yeah,
forgetting that. I can't lie.
Big Tiff.
And because I keep forgetting that, I think she's going to lose it probably at SummerSlam. But I don't know to who. And then
There's a
whoever
couple
she.
good options.
Yeah, but like, what's she been cooking on SmackDown with? Like, what has she been doing? Anything of substance?
She got attacked this past week by Nia Jax after Nia Jax lost her qualifier, I believe.
Oh, they're doing that again. Great.
I believe so.
All right, so if that's the match for SummerSlam, then maybe not. I feel like Tiffany's maybe. I don't
Probably
know.
for like Saturday Night Main Event or some shit.
Yeah. Oh, there is
It's
one.
definitely not
Is there
Monday
one
Night.
again before?
Yeah, that's where Goldberg is gonna beat Walter. I mean Gunther.
Yeah. No. Gunther's beating Goldberg. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. No. I. Not Naya. I'm gonna go out on a complete limb. Triple H is gonna Triple H is gonna force Julia down our throats.
Wow.
Julia's gonna be WWE Undisputed Women's Champion by the end of the year.
Okay, I don't know if this influences your opinion, but Julia is currently about to enter a feud with Zelina Vega for the
Yeah,
U.S. title.
that doesn't fucking matter. That doesn't fucking matter.
Okay, okay, sure, sure, double champ. Why not?
No, no, not double champ. Zelina Vega
Double champ
beats
Julia.
Julia. Julia
What?
has a crisis of confidence. She's like, "Wow, I let this fucking jobber,
Already?
this scrub beat me. I came out the gate too hot. I need to
Oh,
rethink." And then she realizes, "Wait, no, I don't need to rethink. I literally was at one point the best women's wrestler on the planet. Arguably. You could, I don't know.
sure, sure. I'll roll with it. I'll roll with it for your storytelling here.
We'll roll with it here. She thinks she was. The rest of us may not, but she thinks she was. She thinks she was the best. She was, in fact, maybe top 5.
She does have great entrance.
Yes. No, I think she's a great wrestler, though. Like, side note, though, I think she's great. I don't think she's
Right.
bad at all. You don't like her? You don't like Julia?
I like her presentation more than I like her
Wrestling?
in ring. Yeah.
You just not a fan of the Joshi style that much? No, you love Joshi.
Uh, it's alright.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, no, I like because I like Io and Kyrie
Yeah,
and
I mean, if you fuck with Io and Kyrie and Asuka, you're fucking with Joshi,
yeah.
essentially.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because Julia's, I don't know, I guess a bit taller. She's got that a different style.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but no, I think Julia will be champion. It's gonna take the crowd a lot of convincing, but like, and I'm not trying to say this in a fucked up way at all. One good feud with like her and Asuka, someone who's been an established like, a fellow established Japanese name on the roster. That would help, I think, the crowd see Julia as a legitimate potential option as world champion. Now, since you did bring up Julia and Zelina Vega, just as in case Julia becomes U.S. champion, women's U.S. champion, uh, I don't know. Give me, give me Charlotte. They're gonna come back and run that back, and Charlotte's finally gonna get her win. That's actually the safe bet, I feel like, and I think I'm right.
I hate that. I hate no. Well, I don't, 'cause she once again she didn't even qualify. For her, I mean she lost her
She
Queen of the Ring
lost,
match to
but
Alexa Bliss.
yeah,
Um,
I think she's doing something
uh,
with Alexa, and I think it's too. It's. I'll tell you right now, it's not gonna be Alexa. The way Triple H fucking books her.
yeah, no, hell no.
So
Um,
yeah,
I think it's gonna be um Big Jim's wife, Nemoni.
fuck, I forgot about Naomi. You think she's?
Yeah, Miss Money in the Bank.
I
I
honestly,
think that's the safest answer.
that is
Um,
the safest answer. I kind of
she
forgot
she's
about
been
that.
doing great work. I even if she wasn't Miss Money in the Bank, I would still be banking on her. Just I think she's just been doing um
Not even think
amazing
about
character
that.
work lately.
Yeah.
I mean her in-ring work has never fallen off.
Hmm.
Um, like she's been doing amazing.
Yeah.
Probably a way better pick than my big gym pick earlier. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. I didn't think about Naomi. Well, too
yeah.
late. I went with Charlotte and Julia, so we'll see how that shakes out. Um. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else you want to add today?
um, I don't know. I mean, is there any other bold predictions that you can make at this time of the year? I mean, I guess you can't really do like Royal Rumble or they already announced where
Um.
WrestleMania will be. Um, I'm pretty
I
sure
could
all
make.
pay-per-views are kind of lined
We
up.
could do. We could do like what? Okay. Here's one quick thing.
Yeah.
What's complete hypothetical for you, not for me,
Hmm.
but specifically for you. So since I am already going to All In Texas, right? There's still
Okay.
there's still tickets available. You like have the funds available to go. What is one match that they could announce on the card that you're like, okay, I'm sold, gotta go see this, that hasn't been announced already? So it's not Kenny Okada, it's not anything like that. So what's something with their CMLL partnership, their New Japan partnership? Could they throw at you and be like, oh wow, I'm
That's
going.
a real toughie, low key. I'm unironically a big fan of the Don Callis family,
Okay.
all things considered. So like,
Not unironically at
if
all. They eat. They're
you
great.
know what a match that I really would like to see? I don't remember their tag name.
The
It's not
frat
Proto
house.
Alpha, is it? No, fuck the frat house. No, Takeshita and Fletcher
Proto
challenging for
Sheeta.
the tag belt. Yeah, Proto Sheeta against Hurt Business or Hurt Syndicate. That'd be fire. That'd be sick.
Ooh. They wouldn't do that because that's technically heel heel.
Hey, I Hurt Syndicate can be whatever they want. All
No,
right, and
yeah,
people
Hurt
love them.
Syndicate. Hurt Syndicate would be faces in that situation for sure.
And just imagine Hurt Syndicate like to the build up to that, just like doing 3-on-6, like fighting people and shit like that.
4 on 6.
Um,
MJF is a member.
4-on-6. Well, MVP would probably sit there in his little suit,
Nah,
and probably just have
MVP will get his
he'll be
hands
yapping with
dirty.
Don Callis. Oh, imagine those promo battles, MJF and Don Callis. Oh shit! Wait a
You
minute.
mean MVP, and you said MJF and Don Callis. I think we've seen that
Oh,
one before.
sure, that too. Fuck it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean,
Could
no, the
be.
promo battles would be good. Yeah, that's a good shout.
In the matches, like Shelton Benjamin and like maybe throw it in with like Josh Alexander in there. I don't know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you
That
know,
that that'd be
I
a
think it could
good.
be real great. Honestly, I love
Yeah,
me some heavyweight tag teams. Oh
yeah.
man, yes, that'd be great.
All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything you want me to try and predict, or me to try ask me or anything, or nah? If not,
I
we're
mean, sure. Like, what's your like dream like match you're hoping to hear announced?
well, I saw Danielson was at Grand Slam Mexico after the show went off the air or something like that.
Yeah.
And did a running knee and took a back
Hmm.
bump.
Who do you
Uh,
do that to?
F an FTR guy maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Bald FTR bald.
FTR bald.
FTR bald. Uh, if
Trying to see if I can find a.
a clip of it. It's all over X
Yeah.
slash Twitter if you still got that.
Uh,
Just look up.
Absolutely not.
Well, it's probably on Blue Sky too if you have that.
Look
It's
up.
definitely not on AEW's official account. I don't think they wanted to show Danielson at all because I think he's gonna be at All In. Not in a match. Maybe in a match. So okay, yeah. While you're trying to find that, I'll say that my ideal scenario is that they announce Stadium Stampede, and it's
It
some.
might be a lot worse than you think, actually.
I was what?
That shit was the Shane Taylor.
Oh, it was the shade. I think it was a dark
That's
match.
that's what you need to. That's what you want to see right there.
Nah,
Shane Taylor
nah.
versus Bryan
First
Danielson.
of all, that match would eat. Fuck you.
It would. I
Secondly,
love Shane Taylor.
secondly, I think they'd announce Stadium Stampede as they do in the stadium shows. They've done the Stadium Stampedes instead of Anarchy in the arena.
Yep.
So they announced that it's Team AEW again, Samoa Joe and the Ops versus
Okay.
and like not Swerve because Swerve is probably going to be in a singles match against somebody, or it's probably going to be Swerve and Osprey versus the Bucks, which that match will be good.
Yeah.
Um, so it'll be like Samoa Joe, the Ops. Uh, I'm trying to think who else could be on that team.
I heard. Or I saw Eddie Kingston was doing some
I
work to get back in the ring.
see he's probably gonna be the surprise partner for Team AEW against Death Riders in Stadium Stampede. If they do like a situation where it's like, because I could see them very much making Stadium Stampede like a simple like 3-on-3, 4-on-4 situation,
Yep.
like every other member of Death Riders except Mox. Literally Marina Shafir, Wheeler, and Claudio. So 3 guys, 1 girl versus another 3 guys, 1 girl. So you figure Willow's not doing anything right now, so it'd be Willow, Samoa Joe. Oh shit. Well, I guess you could do Samoa Joe, Hobbs, have Shibata get like kayfabe taken out. Cause love
Again,
Shibata.
I feel like you're rebooking the other match that happened.
What other match?
The one
The,
that just happened
the
where they
Anarchy in
did
Arena.
Anarchy in the Arena? Yeah.
Did Shibata get replaced?
Yeah, he got replaced.
Okay, then don't replace Shibata. But I get. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, Pac makes his return.
Okay.
Is his theoretically is his ankle injury healed up?
Oh, you can bring a Gabe Kid.
Perfect. Yeah, bring in Gabe Kidd.
Right.
So now you have 4 men, 1 girl. So 5 total, 5v5. So you got the Ops, which is Joe and Hobbs and Shibata and Willow. And they're like, oh, we're down a guy. Now, it's probably going to be Eddie Kingston, since we've actually seen him rehabbing his injury. He could possibly be ready to come back. Who knows?
Dude, imagine if Eddie actually did join the Ops. I feel like he'd be a good addition to that
He
team.
would be a great addition, like if he was a genuine member, but I don't think him and Samoa Joe would be able to coexist in kayfabe.
But they're just chill like that, though.
But I don't think they'd be able to coexist. They're two like tough guys. They're alphas. They're both alphas. They're not the alpha Konosuke Takeshita, but they're both alphas.
True. They're Sigmas.
Yeah. Well, no. But yeah, no. So I'd love Danielson to be a part of the Stadium Stampede match in some way, shape, or form, or just him at the show in general. Like if it was confirmed, like Danielson will be on the pre-show, even I'll take that. You know,
Yeah, just anywhere on the card.
Anywhere on the card. Danielson, guest commentator. Like, all right, I'm there.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
You know, so just announce
he's
that.
not a bad commentator too.
Yeah, no, he's.
If you go and watch the
like,
Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah, it's like you ever hear Tony Romo commentate on football? Mm-hmm. He always says what's about to happen before it happens, because he literally knows how to read the game. It's the same. Danielson is the same way with wrestling.
It's like me on my couch.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else? Anything else you got for today, or we feeling good?
I think that's solid.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for today's episode of Wrestle House. Let us know what you guys thought about it down in the comments below if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're watching this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, drop us a rating and review. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to stay up to date on all things Wrestle House. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
See ya.